Is it better to be mysterious or known? So many people nowadays, especially the young men out there, are trying to be mysterious. Like, they're trying not to put themselves out there. And I've had some content that might be conflicting on this idea, but being mysterious for the sake of being mysterious is not gonna get you anywhere. It's not gonna make you money. It's not gonna get you the attention. It's not gonna do anything like that. If you are a nobody, you have no money, no influence, no status, you should be hell-bent on putting yourself out there and on making a name for yourself. Once you've made a name for yourself, or once you have the money, however you've gotten to it, then cool. It's okay to be mysterious if that's your shtick. Here's the thing. People who have a lot of money, having sat down and spoken to a lot of these people over the course of my life, my different careers, they keep their private life private, but that also coexists with building a name for themselves. You don't have to put all of your business out there, but if you have no money, what are you doing trying to be mysterious? Now, I guess I speak to this in the context of relationships as well. For the guys, like, that stuff you don't have to worry about. What you need to be focused on is getting to the money, getting the bread, or building your platform up. When you do those things, you'll naturally have less time for people, and people will naturally become more curious as to what you have going on and where you've been and what you're about. That is when you genuinely become mysterious to other people. Not when you're ignoring people for the sake of ignoring people. No, when everything gets solved, when you become hell-bent on building yourself and building your thing, building your business, getting to the money, upskilling, taking courses, whatever it is. When you become dialed in on that stuff, you naturally won't have time for people. So here's the thing. I titled this, Is It Better to Be Mysterious or to Be Known? Both of those things can coexist. Both of those things can coexist. You can make a name for yourself while keeping your private life private. Those two things can exist at the exact same time. Staying out of the way for the sake of staying out of the way doesn't get you anything. When you're a nobody, and I'm still a nobody, but as a nobody, when I started to see success was when I started getting over myself, realizing that I'm special and I'm talented, but I'm not that special to the point where people should be paying me for no reason. No, you have to give people a reason to pay you. You have to give people a reason to be interested in you. And I became so focused on, if not meeting people, then putting content out into the world so that I can give people context as to who I am and how I can help. Slowly but surely, the followers piled up, the money started coming in. And at that point, you can then start to pick and choose whether you want to stay out of the way or not. But most people, and I mean 99.9% of people, don't have that luxury. Unless you are working a traditional business, or you're leading with your business, meaning you don't want to become a personality. And when we talk about the folks who are generationally wealthy, sometimes it's in their best interest to not show up anywhere. Sometimes it's in their best interest to not let you know who they are or how much money you have. But that, if you're watching this, that probably isn't you. Nor is that me. So I was just like, you know what? Let me flood the world with content. That's why I put out so much content. And when you do that, there's still so much about you that people don't know. So what are you really worried about? You know? Now, a second part to that is, and this is a law of power, say less than necessary. Say less than you actually need to say. Say less than you actually need to say, and let people ask. If they haven't asked, do not tell. And if they have asked, decide whether it's worth telling or not, and decide how much of what you're about to tell them is worth telling. Outside of making content, you shouldn't be the person that vomits, that tells everything, that gives more explanation than necessary. Don't over-explain things. Don't over-explain yourself. Don't over-explain your life. Don't over-explain anything. You don't want to be that person that gives like word salad or just vomits words. So in that sense, being mysterious, but in the overall context of your life, in the overall context of making money and building a business, which is what a lot of this stuff is about, you should be putting yourself out there. Become a somebody until you can afford to be a nobody. When you're a nobody, you can't afford to be a nobody. When you're a nobody, you can't afford not to be a somebody. See how that works? And if putting yourself out there is what it takes in order to start changing your life, in order to start improving your life, in order to start getting paid for who you are as a brand, put yourself out there. What are you waiting for? You don't get paid by being too cool for school. And you don't get paid when nobody knows who you are. Go get this money. Go get this bread. I'm gonna leave it on that note. Thoughts and questions in the comments. Hit the thumbs up button. I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm out. Peace.